Can she do it? You see how she's looking at the GWOAT. You see how the GWOAT is looking at the champion. Can Kaye Scott upset Claressa Shields and give her her first loss of her career? Let's dive into it. Here at Fighter Get Knocked Out, we make up random scenarios and give it to the people because it's content. On August 15th, 2026, Kaye Scott entered the ring at Atlanta State Farm Arena to defend her unified WBA and WBC middleweight titles against Claressa Shields, the self-proclaimed GWOAT, the greatest woman of all time. While Shields was a heavy betting favorite, dropping 3 divisions, say it like Deontay Wilder, down from heavyweight, 42-year-old Australian champion Kaye Scott relied on her elite amateur technical mastery to try and pull off a massive boxing upset by outpointing the American star. And the only reason I bring this up because I remember when Claressa was fighting, what's her name? I think Lonnie Daniels. Claressa be having trouble with the jab, and she has trouble with women who know how to move their feet. And Mrs. Draco is like 2-3 inches taller. What if scenarios? We gotta have the good and the bad. It's balance. The tale of the tape and the strategic game plan. Well, head and dive into that. Fighter Get Knocked Out. Calm down. We gonna get there. Talking to my other personalities. Though Scott entered the bout with a relatively short professional record of 5 victories, 1 defeat, and 1 draw, she brought a massive vault of experience from her 15-year career in the Australian National Amateur Boxing Program. Having previously shared a ring with Shields during a 5-round amateur sparring session in Colorado Springs years prior, Scott knew firsthand that the 2-time Olympic gold medalist was human. Oh, they saying they sparred back in the day. And they said, what's his name? Radio Raheem, Seconds Out had the footage. Y'all go tap in. And they saying that was good work. So Kaye Scott believes she can use that jab, use her lateral movement, get away from Claressa Shields' explosive spurts, and get the job done. Keep her titles, go back home to Australia, beat Claressa in front of her people in ATL. That'll be madness. Let's look at the attribute. Let's look at the record. Let's look at the titles. Let's look at the height reach and the strategy. Kaye Scott, 5 victories, 1 defeat with 1 draw with no knockouts. She is the unified WBA and WBC middleweight women's champion. She has a 2-inch arm reach advantage. Her jab, the distance control, that's gonna lead to her outpointing Claressa Shields. And the GWOAT, Claressa Shields, a perfect boxing record consisting of 18 victories, with 3 big wins coming by way of knockout. She is moving down from heavyweight to middleweight. She has a standard arm reach, and her aggressive and volume punches getting on the inside of Kaye Scott could get her the job done. But Scott's primary path to victory was to utilize her natural size, 2-inch height, and a 2-inch reach advantage. She will use these attributes to outpoint Claressa Shields. She had to rely heavily on a disciplined, high technical strategy built around a relentless jab. Pump the jab out, pump the stick, pump the stick. Claressa too small, can't get away from the stick. That's going to be the corner screaming at Kaye Scott. And we see how she looking at the GWOAT. She's saying, I ain't got no knockouts, but if I land clean on Claressa, I think I can send her to the upper room.
The upper room with Jesus.
And I'm going to say, hold on, Kaye, the Lord ain't got nothing to do with what you just did. Neutralizing the GWOAT with the jab. Let's dive into it. From the opening bell, Kaye Scott, she attempted to keep Shields on the outside by pumping a stiff, persistent left jab Scott intended to disrupt Shields' rhythm and prevent the challenger from setting her feet to throw her trademark power combinations. In a classic boxer versus slugger dynamic, Scott worked the perimeter of the ring, establishing the distance early. Her jab served a triple purpose. Uno, dos, tres. Let's check out these 3 bullet points. Bullet point 1, scoring points. This is boxing. This is what you must do. Securing early rounds on the judges' scorecards through clean, long-range connections. Bullet point 2, creating a shield. Although Claressa has the last name Shield, Kaye Scott is going to have to blindside Claressa Shields, and she's going to have to interrupt her vision to neutralize her elite ring IQ and counter-punching ability. Bullet point 3, exploiting the weight cut. Forcing Shields to expend energy chasing her around the ring after dropping 15 pounds to make the 160-pound limit. Very interesting bullet points, especially the weight cut, because we seen what happened to Roy, even though that's a man. We seen what happened when somebody is dropping from heavyweight down to middleweight. Will the punch resistance be there? Navigating the inside storm. The core challenge of Scott's masterclass was surviving the moments when Claressa breached the perimeter. Shields is renowned for her ferocious and furious inside fighting and quick hand speed. Whenever Shields successfully slipped the jab, Scott had to avoid getting pulled into an erratic emotional brawl. Instead of panic throwing, Scott utilized her extensive amateur pedigree to pivot out of corners, exploit smart clinches, and maintain structural defense. By managing distance perfectly and landing clean, singular counter punches whenever Shields overcommitted, Scott sought to frustrate the undefeated star and win the fight minute by minute and round by round. Ultimately, Scott's blueprint against Shields wasn't about securing a flashy knockout, something neither fighter frequently produces, but rather delivering a defensive masterclass. It was an ambitious attempt to weaponize pure boxing fundamentals against one of the sport's greatest up-and-coming legends. Can Kaye Scott upset the GWOAT? Upset the world, use her range, use her arm reach, use the distance, pump that jab out, frustrate Claressa Shields into her first loss of her career? Ladies and gentlemen, only time will tell the victim, only time will tell the outcome. And come fight night, just in a couple hours, 6 hours from now, I will be doing a live blow-by-blow of the fight. I got the zone ultimate. Next week is Rolly versus Tio. I'm gonna be right here to give you that blow-by-blow. And during that live blow-by-blow, I'm gonna let off shorts in real time. So you watching me on YouTube can see what I see in real time. Be the first to get what happens to Kaye Scott. Be the first to get what happens to Claressa Shields. You gotta subscribe to the channel. Do it immediately. Press the button and you better do it right now.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. You heard what she said.
We've been through some trials and tribulations. That's all. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, we just been through some trials and tribulations.